What's up, you guys? Welcome back to WIDEBODY Nation. This is why stimulus packages from the U.S. government make it hard for us to get a great deal on our next new or used car purchase. In this video, we're going to talk about supply, demand, and how you, whether you're buying a new car, used car in late 2020 or 2021, can navigate these waters and still get the best deal possible, saving you thousands of dollars, ideally, in my opinion. Before we jump into it, our next giveaway has begun. 5,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a set of Apple AirPods Pro. All you have to do to enter to win is hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below if you guys want, but subscribing automatically enters you to win. I will give those away just like the 1,000 subscriber giveaway on a live stream. Appreciate you guys for subscribing. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments throughout the video. So, why is a stimulus package, which everyone thinks of as a good thing, going to make it harder for us to get a good deal? Well, let's start with demand. As a lot of you guys know and felt and experienced throughout 2020, which we're going to be looking back on because hindsight is 2020 for the year 2020. First, we will look at volume. So how many cars we're selling throughout the year. And you guys can see, even if you're on your smartphone, you guys already know when this was right here. In that late March, late March, and early April, it was a heck of a time to be alive. It was a heck of a time to be a car buyer, a homeowner, a renter, everything. Everyone was holding their breath. Urgency to buy or even sell was low because everyone was just, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Then, when the government passed the stimulus package, the CARES Act, in April, look what that triggered. That was passed and money started flowing in April throughout April, May, June, and July. And look what happened. Straight up. Volume was way up. Now, keep in mind, this is auction wholesale. So this is the back end where dealers are trading cars at auctions, but it is a good reflection of the car buying market. Now, more importantly, the price index, and that means relative to what the normal price is, which you guys can kind of see where normal prices were in about mid-March before everything just went bananas. The normal price index would be either like basically 1 equals 100, so 100% is normal for used cars, but also new cars if you looked at that as well. Check this out. Same deal. Everyone holds their breath. Demand goes down, because the index or the price that the vehicle has to be offered at is lower because everyone's like, I don't want to do anything. So you have to entice them in. You have to say, hey, we're willing to sell you this car for 85% of what it used to be marked at in order for you to go ahead and do that deal. And that's what it took to keep making, even just scraping by a couple of sales. As soon as people started getting money and getting that confidence and hope that they would be receiving money, whether it was for unemployment, because remember there was that $600 federal boost. Some people's incomes even went up compared to what they were making before they were unemployed for whatever reason. That's not good or bad, it's just a fact. They got their stimulus checks, $1,200 per person. There was some other little nitpick stuff in there. We won't get into it. Paycheck Protection Program for businesses, EIDL grants, EIDL loans. There was a lot of money flowing. There was trillions of dollars flowing into consumers' pockets, into businesses' pockets, and everything in between. And dealerships and automakers know that. They saw that consumers had the money again. They had the confidence again. They had the willingness to buy. They were no longer holding their breath. And they rushed to the dealerships to make those deals. And that's why you saw crazy good car buying deals when we did not know what the heck was going on. When uncertainty was high, you had automakers offering 0% financing on cars. They normally don't do that. You had them offering massive cash off. You had them marking cars, especially used cars, way down, 10, 20, 30% off. But then, in that late April, May onward, you had automakers, pretty much May to August, you had automakers realizing, and dealers realizing, that demand was surging. You guys saw, I don't have to show you this chart again, but I will. Look at this demand surging. When demand surges like that, they can charge 5, 20, 50% over. For some used cars were going for as much as 40% over what they had originally been marked up at. I know this personally because I was trying to sell my current trade-in that I'm trading in on my 2021 HELLCAT Red Eye Charger, wide body, obviously, wide body nation here. that vehicle was worth somewhere in the 20s. On the deal that I engaged in late September or in early September, it was worth in the 30s. Same car, same Carfax, same everything. It's worth more at the top of this curve, and that's when I went to go trade it in. Right at the top of this curve, we're still waiting for my car to come back from the factory, but that's okay. Now, let's talk about the supply side of the house. We're on to part 2 of the video. Supply. As many of you guys know, a lot of production plants, and whether you're actually talking about like a Chevy, the Chevy Corvette production facility, whether you're talking about that, or the people who make the tires, or the people who make the headlights, or the turn signal stocks, or whatever part on the car you want to talk about, or truck, doesn't matter. I don't judge. Those plants also may or may not have shut down. Most plants had at least a slowdown in production for multiple reasons, whether it's health or just being closed. Now, because the supply of cars was reduced, that further shifted the supply and demand curve to increase prices. So even if demand had stayed the same, the supply would have been lowered, and that would have moved the price up and over to necessitate higher prices, because dealerships know they are only getting a certain amount of each car, and you still have people needing vehicles. And that's kind of the difference between the travel industry, as far as like cruise lines, flights, other stuff like that, and the transportation industry, because a lot of people still need a transportation. You still got to go get your groceries. You still got to go meet up with your family. Ideally, you still need to go do other things to sustain life. You don't need to fly on a nice vacation, to the Bahamas to stay alive. That's just not something that you need to do to stay alive. So increased demand from stimulus coupled with crippled supply chains went ahead and increased prices. As you guys saw, this is just used cars, but with new cars, it's a little different. Used cars went up on average between 15 and 20% at the peak right here. Now we have started plateauing out. We are still elevated because uncertainty is still high going into this whole winter season, but we're starting to level out. You guys see it's kind of the S on its side here. It was a wave for sure. Some people call this the V. Some people call this the hump up here, where it is inflated pricing. Now, looking forward on how you can take advantage of the upcoming uncertainty, but if the Senate and the House do go ahead and pass a stimulus package, whether it's $500 billion or it's $2 trillion, depends on who ends up ramming this thing through and signing off on it, and when, I would keep your eye on the manufacturer incentives for the outgoing model year, which is 2020s, and the incoming model year, which is the 2021s. Let's go ahead and take the Dodge Charger as an example. Right now, Dodge is pretty aggressively incentivizing you to go ahead and part with, or go ahead and take their 2020s off the lot. Now you have I just pulled up the Durango, but we're going to go ahead and use the 2020 Charger. This keeps pulling up the Durango. All right, Charger, here we go. Charger offer. So Dodge has not even updated their website for 2021s yet because they're so focused on moving the 2020s. Now, what am I talking about as far as them trying to motivate you to take these off the lot? Check this out. On a very popular 2020 SRT HELLCAT wide-body Charger, they're willing to give you a big amount, 10%. This is 10% of the vehicle's price, a little bit, about 10%. It's $10 per horsepower, $7,000 off, or 0% financing on this vehicle. And that 0% financing, depending on your comparative rate that you would be financing at, could be saving you over $7,000 because it's for 72 months. Now, if a stimulus package happens, I would expect these kind of incentives to potentially start disappearing. You have a $46,000 car right here that has $5,000 off or 0% for 36 months. Now, 0% for 36 months, that's not that competitive. But $5,000 off a $45,000 car is pretty competitive. That's about a little over 10% of the car's price off. Now, on 2021s, if they do a stimulus package, I would expect to see those offers not be that great because the manufacturers and the dealerships know that you are going to have potentially money in your pocket. And they're not going to have to convince you to do the deal, because when uncertainty is high, they need to go ahead and convince you to do the deal. However, if certainty is raised, the vaccine is coming out, right? But that doesn't mean everyone's just automatically immune, right? But the vaccine is coming out, so that is a little bit of certainty. And if the government comes out with billions or even trillions of dollars of stimulus money that is going to be infused into people's pockets, infused into the economy, infused into businesses, the dealerships aren't going to be sweating it. They're not going to be sweating under the collar to make their sales numbers, because they know people have the money and they'll be coming in to do the deals. So, again, I stress this. In my opinion, and that's for the whole part of this video, but specifically for this, if you're in the market for a used car, it is starting to level out. If a stimulus package is passed, I would expect those used car prices to go ahead and spike again up to that 110, 120, 130% of, or not 130, but 20 or 30% higher than what they might have been around this time, around that November, December mark. For new cars, if you are in the market for a new car, keep a pulse on what is going on stimulus-wise, because if they pass another stimulus bill, you can bet, in my opinion, that the incentives for you to buy, especially those hot cars, the wide-body SCAT packs, the wide-body HELLCATs, the Corvettes, the trucks, specific level trucks like Raptors and certain Silverados, the off-road versions, the Ram TRX, all of those are not going to be incentivized as heavily, because the manufacturers and the dealers know that you have money in your pocket, in theory. I'm not saying that the government's doing a good job or a bad job. I'm just saying that in theory, if a stimulus package passes, the money is supposed to be in your pockets. If this video did not make sense because I did not clarify something, or I did not draw a conclusion that was, well thought out, or, put together for you to go ahead and understand, then leave a comment down below. If you disagree with me, leave a comment down below. If you agree with me, hit the like button and leave a comment down below. And make sure you guys are subscribed for that 5,000 subscriber giveaway for those AirPods Pro premium headphones. I love my Powerbeats Pro. I'm always rolling around, Secret Service status, rolling with just one in. What's that? I did remind them about the giveaway. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I told them. All right. Yeah, they were just reminding me to, it was Secret Service. They reminded me to, tell you guys about the giveaway, which I did, obviously. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to be doing a Power Dollars exclusive video. Dodge is not hooking it up for December, so looks like I'm going to be taking delivery of my Charger Widebody 2021 Red Eye in January. So thanks a lot, Dodge. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay safe out there. Keep your eye on the news for that stimulus package updates from other channels. I like to watch Meet Kevin, and Meet Kevin's pretty much the best one for stimulus news, but check out his channel, link down below. Appreciate you guys tuning in. See you next time.